I want to ask you something, and I want you to be really honest with yourself. When someone asks you what you charge for therapy, do you feel a flurry of anxiety? Do you give a number and then instantly regret it? Or do you hesitate before answering? Or maybe you haven't raised your rates in a couple of years, not because you couldn't, but because there's something that stops you. What I'm about to share with you changed how I think about money and therapy, but it's not about working harder or pretending you're someone you're not. Here's what I noticed when working with therapists. We're an emotionally intelligent bunch, and yet when it comes to money, we're pretty terrible at applying this emotional intelligence to our business plans and financial security. Many therapists I know are working harder than they could, charging less than they're worth, and carrying a background hum of noise around financial stress because talking about money and therapy feels unprofessional, right? I think this particularly resonates in my industry, play therapy. It's hard to talk about children and money in the same sentence. So instead, we just keep on going. We take one more client when we're already at capacity. We do our CPD, we go to supervision, and we provide an excellent professional level of service. And yet we put our own financial well-being right at the bottom of the list. Does this sound familiar? If it does resonate with you, I'm not describing a personal failing. I'm describing a pattern that tends to run through the therapy profession. And once you understand where it comes from, you can start to change it. The money guilt that many therapists carry, and that I certainly carried in my early days as a therapist, that doesn't come from nowhere. That was installed. This may have been during training where perhaps no one talked about business, money or earnings, and that silence sent you a very clear message. Money is not what this is about. Perhaps it was installed by the culture of the profession, where the UK healthcare system tells us it should be for free, and charging for it may feel like a betrayal of something. Or it was installed by the nature of the work itself, because our clients are vulnerable and it feels wrong to profit from that vulnerability. And for many of us, it was installed long before we ever became therapists, perhaps in families where money was scarce or being selfless was considered the highest virtue. All of that is real. And all of that makes sense. But here's what I invite you to sit with. That guilt is costing you. It's costing you financially, obviously, but it's also costing you clinically. Because the therapist who is burned out and financially stressed has the potential not to show up fully in their clinical work. That feels uncomfortable, right? Undercharging and undervaluing your high levels of expertise, training, and experience is not a neutral act. It has consequences. We just don't talk about them. So here's a reframe that I want to offer you, and I want you to really sit with it. Charging sustainably is a clinical decision. The therapist who earns enough to take proper holidays doesn't burn out in the therapy room. The therapist who isn't financially stressed doesn't go into each client session wondering if they can afford to lose this client. The therapists who build a sustainable practice are still in the profession in 10 years' time, still there for the people that need them. And the therapist who undercharges, overworks and burns out, well, they run the risk of losing their practice, and every client they see potentially loses their therapist. There is nothing ethical about that outcome. Now, I'm not saying that money is the point of this work. Of course it isn't. But money is what makes the work sustainable, and sustainability is what makes the work good. If you charge fairly, stay resourced and remain in this profession, you could be doing this work for decades. A thriving therapy practice needs you to be healthy and sustainable, not sitting at the bottom of your own priority list. So myself and the brilliant Shauna Tiffany have put everything we've learned into a new course called Six Figure Therapist. Shauna is a play therapist like me. She's also an exceptional businesswoman. Her practice is different to mine, and her revenue streams come from different places to mine. The Six Figure Therapist course covers the mindset work that I've been talking about today, but it goes much deeper than that. We go further on finding your niche, building income streams other than one-to-one therapy, pricing with confidence, marketing your business well, and designing a practice which fits the life that you actually want, not just the life that fills your diary. The course is for therapists at any stage, whether you're just starting out in private practice or you've been doing this for years but you just sense that something needs to change. There's a link below this video to join the waitlist. You'll get early access and you'll be the first to know when enrolment for the course opens. I'll see you in the next video, and remember, the link's below.